How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs. And as you can see, we have some more football on the slate for tonight right here, which is going to kind of double as a preview for something else in the coming weeks. But it's 2025 Topps Signature Class. You can see some of the big name rookies on the front there we're going to be looking for. You can also look for exclusive parallels. Doesn't really tell you which ones those are. But 6 packs of 7 in here. I can't speak, hopefully my math is mathin'. But that is 42 cards. But Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Ashton Janty, Egbuka we're going to be looking for as well. Chase Super Short Prints, First Class Odyssey, and Draft Dreams. Also, as always, if you are new to the channel, I am on the lookout for Patriots. I don't know if there's really any legends in here, like we saw with 2024 Signature Class. That was pre-Topps having the NFL license, so it was mostly legends and a few rookies in last year's edition. But since we got all the modern players available here, I'm not too sure if there's going to be much for legends, but pretty basic looking pack, which is I think what they looked like last year, except they were just a different color. But let's see what we can find. The NFL offseason really slowed down quite a bit as we peep the design. But we're also going to be checking out the basketball version of this here in a few weeks. So that's what I meant by this is doubling as a preview for that. But Jamar Chase begins as we peep the design. There is Lamar Jackson. Looks like all the regular base at the beginning and possibly inserts and parallels at the back. Jordan Love, some nice names to start. Here's going to be our inserts and parallels. Decent start to those. Sunday Showcase, Jaden Daniels. Of course, that was a pretty disappointing season for the Commanders last year, but obviously following his rookie campaign, they're going to be looking to turn things around next year. This guy also going to be looking to turn things around with a different team. I don't know if that's a yellow and blue or blue and yellow on this Tyreek Hill. I kind of like that they put the draft class on there. That's something they did for last year's design as well. There's our first rookie, Jalen Royals for the Chiefs. Going to be another favorite heading into next year, but we'll see what happens. You never know what could happen during training camp. People always go down with injury. Not that I'm expecting it, but you should always expect it, I guess, as an NFL fan. Second pack, nothing too crazy in that first one. I do believe you can pull autos out of blasters, I think, but they are, of course, very hard to come by as far as I know. I could be wrong on that. There's Deebo Samuel, and then Jerry Jeudy. Almost the equivalent of an NBA lottery pick there. Here's our first Chrome, and it's a Chrome rookie, Dante Thornton Jr. We've seen a little bit of him, or a fair amount of him, I should say, in 2025 releases. I think that there should be refractors as well. I don't know if we'll come across any, but they are available. And this is purple and green, perhaps green and purple, Aiden Hutchinson. Kind of hard to believe that he was a number 2 overall pick that year. Probably should have been number 1. Probably. And then the final one, looks like we might be ending with rookies. Rocket Sanders, totally undrafted. No Patriots just yet. Nothing too crazy. I'm not really expecting anything too crazy when we do basketball here in the near future. That one will be a mega box, so our chances of hitting something good, those Dolphins uniforms are pretty dope there. Our chance of hitting something good will be much greater. Here's our next insert, Class Action Patrick Mahomes. You can never really complain about pulling any of his cards. They do seem to fly out of my eBay store pretty quickly. regardless of whether they're inserts, base, or whatever. Jameer DK. Again, I don't know if that's blue and yellow or yellow and blue. Rookie parallel. It's more fun to say it that way. Parallel. And then, oh my god, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. I'm going to butcher that name, so that's the rookie in that pack. We'll leave it at that. No Patriots just yet, treating us like usually what happens with me with basketball and not pulling much for Celtics cards. There is Sam Darnold. I often forget that he was that high of a draft pick. I knew he was a first rounder. There is Bo Nix. Even as a Patriots fan, I think things probably would have been different in that AFC Championship had he not been hurt. First one of these that we are seeing, Chris Olave. And then Bo Nix again. Two for one in this pack, and there is a refractor, so those are definitely a lot harder to pull than the regular chromes, obviously. But refractors don't hold the value that they did like when I was a kid. Malachi Starks, again, green and purple, purple and green, rookie parallel there. And then Jaden Blue, the final one out of that pack. Hopefully this isn't too much of a preview of what's going to happen in our Mega Box. We haven't seen anything to really write home about here out of this blaster. Of course, with a Mega, you should definitely do better. We shall see in the future. Myles Garrett begins, Josh Allen. There is Garrett Wilson. And we have Terry McLaurin. So, decent names to begin. Paramount Pairings. This is kind of, I'm pretty sure Topps has done a Paramount Pairs insert before. But there is Egbuka and Baker Mayfield, so we see one of the better rookies, but it comes in insert form there. Our next parallel, that is Ricky Pearsall for the Niners. Matched up with the Chargers colors on that one. And then Harold Fannin Jr., I would say had a solid rookie season in Cleveland, but the dynamic of that defense is going to change dramatically as we hit our final pack here. We definitely need some last pack magic. We've seen really none of the good rookies outside of Egbuka on that Paramount Pairings there. Chuba Hubbard starts things off. We've got George Pickens, Lad McConkey, and then Stephon Diggs for the Pats collection. This is probably the only one we're going to come across unless we get an insert or a parallel, so might as well sleeve that up. We'll see where he lands as well. Here's a Saquon in session. First one of those we're seeing with a nice chrome finish on there. Probably not super valuable, but cool looking card. Almost looks like a magazine cover. Here's our next parallel. Most of the parallels have been rookies, but unfortunately nothing dramatic, honestly. And then Torrey Horton is the final one. So I'd say we struck out kind of bad. I don't know if I would call this box a dud. It's definitely borderline. I think the best things out of here were probably the inserts, especially Patrick Mahomes and the Saquon Barkley is at least a cool one. You got a Jaden Daniels in there as well. But let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Like I said, we'll be seeing more of this design when we check out the 25-26 NBA version in the coming weeks. As for next week, a different kind of Mega Box. I think we'll be getting into some baseball. So come on back for that, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, guys.